So you had kids at a young age, married?
I
Okay.
did, and I didn't really work. I was lucky that I got to stay home with them and raise them. And then as they got a little bit older, I got into art, and I became a welder and a glass
Hold on,
blower.
a welder. Wait, the girl who's a cosmetic laser tech was a welder?
I was.
Wow, welding what?
Hey, I'm Louis the Laser Guy, and welcome to my podcast, Pursue Your Passion. Join me on my journey as we discover how estheticians, nurses, physicians, and complete career changers are living their passion in this booming billion-dollar medical aesthetics industry. Finding your purpose isn't only about making great money, it's about so much more. It's about tapping into your passions and chasing your dreams.
Welcome, Debbie. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you, Lou?
Good. Everybody, if you just tuned in, this is Louis the Laser Guy with National Laser Institute, our weekly show about this $16 billion booming medical aesthetics and med spa industry that, Debbie, it's on so much fire that last year, Debbie, Coca-Cola grew at 3% and Allergan, the creator of Botox and cold sculpting, grew at 12%, 400% faster. Like, the market's on fire, and you've been in it for how many years now?
I've been doing it about 14, 15 years.
Wow, 15 years. So I just want to talk about your journey, because you've got this incredible story. Let's go back to high school days or college days. Like, just kind of give me the evolution of how your life flowed up until you started doing cosmetic lasers, like the behind the scenes, before the scenes.
Okay. Well, high school, of course. I grew up in LA.
California girl, yeah?
Yeah. And then we kind of joke about it. I'm one of those. I went to college.
Okay.
It took me 5 years to get my AA.
Okay, but you did finish college or no?
No, I never did.
Okay, so you did 5 years to get the 2-year degree.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good you go, girl. I like it. You took your time. That's okay. You took your time.
I did.
What were you studying?
Actually, this is the funny part. I was kind of into psychology and stuff.
Okay.
And now, fast forward, being in lasers, when people have their clothes off and they're laying on
you're
your
a
bed,
therapist. You're a
they tell
therapist.
you everything. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so after the college days, then what was jobs and boys, and what was going on there?
Yeah, I got married pretty young. For these days, it's young. I got married at 22
Wow, really
and
young.
had a couple kids who are now 32 and 35, old kids now.
Wow, you look amazing.
I'm a
You look so young.
grandma. Yeah.
You're a grandma?
I'm
How
a
old are
grandma.
you?
I am 59,
Oh my
almost
God, I thought
60.
you were so much younger. Wow.
It's scary. Well, thanks to lasers.
All right, so you had kids at a young age, married?
I
Okay.
did, and I didn't really work. I was lucky that I got to stay home with them and raise them. And then as they got a little bit older, I got into art, and I became a welder and a glass
Hold on,
blower.
a welder? Yeah. Wait, the girl who's a cosmetic laser tech was a welder?
I was.
Wow. Welding what?
Art stuff,
Okay, fun,
real
fun.
fun,
Okay.
fun stuff. And then got into the glass blowing thing, and then,
Hold on. Welding and glass blowing?
yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. I mean, what does glass blowing even mean? What is that?
It's so fun. It's actually a very ancient art. But it's
Is that like making a vase, or what does that mean?
we made vases. Have you ever heard of Dale Chihuly?
Okay,
Like at the Bellagio in Vegas.
Oh, those fancy
big,
things in the ceiling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We made stuff like
Oh,
that.
cool.
Yeah. So it was really fun. I did that for about 8 years. I was really into it.
Okay.
But again, funny enough, it's torch, it's heat, and then it evolved into heat with lasers.
So welder, torch blower, and then what?
And then when my kids were in college, I thought it's time to get a real job, even though I was
And you had a tough life event, didn't you? Like
I did.
A really tough life event.
Yeah,
huh?
my first husband was killed in an accident,
I'm so
actually.
sorry.
He was, right after we moved here, we moved to Arizona, and 6 weeks afterwards, he was killed in an
So
accident.
just devastating time of life.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was really hard. My kids were only 7 and 10.
Yeah, did you just want to crawl in your bed and just not live life, or what was
Yeah,
that
but you
like?
can't do that when you have kids. You got to keep them
So
going.
how did you get up and keep going and pursue jobs and relationships and friends? And how did you go forward, you know?
I was very lucky to have the support of really good friends, most of whom became family, and I'm still friends with after all this time. And, it was tough. But again, when you have kids to focus on, that's what I did. I just had to keep them straight and narrow and keep them happy.
Okay, so you wanted to chase a new passion. You were an artist. You wanted to chase a new. How do you stumble into medical aesthetics?
It was crazy. I totally got into it by accident. But to be honest with you, I came from a very hairy family.
A very hairy family, really.
Yeah, my dad was that hairy guy at the
Italian,
oh
or?
my God, at the beach. No, Jewish,
Right.
Mediterranean Jew.
Just a lot of hair.
whatever. He was so hairy, and guess who got it? Thanks, Dad. So I was always into waxing. I grew up in LA. You had to keep take
looking
care
good.
of
I get it.
yourself.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of drawn to the business to all about hair removal.
So did you become like a customer or?
Well, I did. I kind of, yeah, for sure. I was coming here for lasering, and then I was like, I
Wait, so
like
you were
this.
getting laser hair removal treatments on yourself at a
yeah.
med spa.
Oh,
Got it.
Since I was 16, I was all about removing hair.
Got it. Okay.
Whichever way I could. And when lasers came into the picture.
So you started this business as a consumer.
Yeah, totally. And I loved it. And I was really interested in it. And then as I aged, the whole anti-aging stuff is what just, to this day, I love.
So you're
all
getting
the
treatments
anti-aging.
done, and one day you just say to yourself, I want to be a provider. I want to be in this business.
Yeah.
And you got trained, got
did.
educated, and learned all the devices.
Yeah.
And you've been doing it for 14 years now.
Yeah, and I love coming to work every day.
So what, at the med spa, over the 14 years, like what types of services you provide? Tell the world.
Everything. We do photo facials, hair reduction, of course.
Okay, photofacials for like the age spots, the sun damage, broken capillaries, all the skin
I just
stuff.
did my arm. I'm in the process of removing
Awesome.
again.
I love it. You treat yourself too. I love it.
Why not? Yes, photo facials, get rid of age spots, sunspots,
Awesome.
stuff like that. Growing up in LA with a convertible, hello, you can reverse a lot of damage.
So photofacials and hair removal, you said, what are the types of treatments?
We do, cellulite treatments.
Awesome.
All the anti-aging stuff, acne treatments.
Oh, you make acne go away? Like acne zits or scars or what?
Yeah, both.
Okay.
All of the above. It's pretty phenomenal.
Like do you work on stretch marks over the years too? Or make
Yeah,
those go away?
stretch marks are awesome
Like
too.
from post-pregnancy or weight loss or?
Surgical scars.
Right.
It can be chicken pox scars, surgical scars, acne scars.
Right.
There's so many
Any
lasers.
tightening treatments you do? Or?
Sure. Oh yeah, skin tightening.
What kind of body parts do you tighten the skin on?
Everything.
Everything, I love
From
it.
around the knees
Really?
to the upper arms. Everybody hates that area.
Okay.
Abs, little butt action.
And what's your personal favorite treatment to provide to somebody else? And what do you like to get on yourself too? I'm just curious.
Well, the hybrid fractionals are to me the bomb.
For you or for the customer?
Both.
Both. Okay,
Yeah.
What's a hybrid fractional laser?
A hybrid fractional actually does everything. It rebuilds collagen, it tightens, it firms, it shrinks your pores, it helps with those sunspots, those age spots, everything. It does it all.
Awesome. So you've seen probably thousands of customers over the years coming to you for anti-aging, probably from 20 to 80. And what's the most rewarding thing for you as you're providing these services to these customers?
Well, it's nice to give people their self-confidence back. It's nice to make people realize everybody's their own worst enemy. And sometimes people see things that I'm like, don't even talk about it. Nobody will notice that until you bring it up. You know what I mean? But you can actually make people feel better about themselves. And, the whole acne thing and scarring and surgical scars too. People that have had maybe cancer in the past.
Speaking of the acne thing, I don't know if you remember, Debbie, I had an assistant many years ago named Mary Berry. And Mary Berry had a daughter, and I think her name was Chelsea or Kelsey, and she had like acne so bad that her grades in school went from A's and B's to D's and F's. She stopped going to class. She didn't want her friends to see her. I went to a barbecue at their house once, and I'm all, where's your kiddo? And she was locked in the room because she didn't want her family and friends to see the acne. So we brought her into my med spa. We gave her like 9 treatments of this device, this technology device. Her skin was so cleared up. She was so flying high, so confident, self-esteem. I mean, boys were texting her. She's back in school. I mean, it changed her life. So it's not about just beauty. It's about rebuilding and feeling good, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
I have a lot of clients like that, and it makes you feel good that you can do that to them.
Right. So for those that don't know, you are my relationship. We've known each other for 20-something years here, right?
Yeah.
And Debbie became such an amazing cosmetic laser tech, and I've known her forever. I stole her, and she's now an instructor at National Laser Institute. And I'm so grateful that you work here, Debbie, because the students rave about you. They love to be in the training with you. But tell me your perception of when you're meeting these students. When I say a student, let's say whether it's a physician, a nurse, an esthetician, a cosmetologist, or a welder, a glass blower, a career changer. What kind of vibe are you hearing from them? Let's say you meet them on day 1, they're just starting the class, and then the very end of the class, are they nervous and scared at first? And how does it evolve for the students you teach?
It's actually really fun to watch. It's the same story every time we start a class, which is every month. They come in and they're sitting in their classroom setting and they're nervous. They're kind of, they're ready to get their hands on it.
But
They're
scared,
excited.
I get it. Yeah.
Anxious, but scared, but excited at the same time.
Right.
And
'Cause they have no experience,
them,
right?
most of them have never touched a laser.
Right.
And they start on Saturdays. Usually they're their clinicals. And then by Wednesday, I tell them, you're going to act like you own the med spa. They walk around like, I got this. And then by the end of their course, they're crying because they don't want to leave.
Oh, I love that.
It's awesome.
I love this.
It's really cool.
So they start off scared shitless, but at the end of the course, they're like, I got this, comfortable, confident, I can do this.
Yeah, totally.
You know, people ask me all the time. I was on a TV interview in Dallas, Texas a couple weeks ago, and they said, Louis, what's the most rewarding part about the business for you? And I said, the fact that somebody can change their career, do something totally different, learn a new skill set, and after a 2-week boot camp training program, go out there and land a job at a med spa, start a business, work for a doctor, and change their life and just be killing it. I mean, I feel good. I love that.
Yeah.
Because college for me was 5 years, Debbie. My dad paid $100,000. I'm, okay, great education, but I'm waiting on tables afterwards. So, okay, but like a 2-week education and change your life and change it. It's kind of cool, right?
It's nuts. It is. It's awesome. And that's what I always say to the kids, you know, when they're in their, they're learning a lot.
Right.
And
But some of these kids, students, are 50, 60, 70,
yeah.
right? So we
had
meet the
students-
20-years, we meet the 70-years.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, people say, what's the average age of somebody coming to cosmetic laser tech? Yeah, there's a lot of people in their 20s and 30s, but there's so many midlife changes. Like, I just got a divorce, I knew career, I moved out from my husband. I want something for myself. I want to be the best version of me, right?
Yeah, always. I mean, I've taught students older than I am, and you know, I love.
Older than you, Debbie?
I know.
I'm just joking. I'm teasing. You look
Yeah.
great. Okay, so words of wisdom, Debbie, from people out there exploring the world of medical aesthetics as a possible career change. They're checking out cooking schools and graphic design schools and nursing schools. And why might somebody consider the med spa industry? What do you think?
Well, it's growing so much. I mean, you know, lasers are our future. And it's just fun. It's very rewarding. It's financially rewarding too, which is a bonus to me.
Sure.
Because as much as I enjoy it, sometimes at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, that was even better when I see, you know, the money I'm making doing it as well.
Well, I love your story. I love your journey. I love the fact that you've gone through life craziness and crisis and bounced back and done what's right for the kids and family and chasing your passions and dreams and remarried and happy and about to be a grandma. I heard twins coming or something like that. Grandkids?
Identical twin boys coming,
gosh.
like as we speak.
So exciting. Well, congratulations, my
Thank
dear.
you.
Great story. Love it.
Thanks.
Thank you for listening to the Pursue Your Passion podcast. Are you interested in learning more about the medical aesthetics industry? Well, feel free to visit us online at nationallaserinstitute.com or connect with us on Facebook or Instagram. I'm Louis the Laser Guy, and we'll see you next week.